Chicago known for its wind, its grit, and that iconic skyline. But if you saw it in 1999, and then again in 2025, you'd ask yourself, is this even the same city? In just 2 decades, everything changed: the roads, the buildings, the heartbeat of the city. From cracked streets to smart highways, from worn towers to green, intelligent giants. Let's take a quick journey through time from the past that was to the future that's already here. Stay with us till the end. The transformation will blow your mind. In 1999, the roads of Chicago told a story. A rough one. You didn't have to be a local to notice the cracks, the bumps, the constant patchwork of repairs. Driving wasn't smooth, it was a challenge. Every winter, the same cycle repeated itself. Snow would fall, then melt, then freeze again. The ice would crack the roads open like old skin. Salt would eat away what was left. And by spring, the city looked like it had gone through a war. Picture this. You're driving down Western Avenue. It's rush hour. The paint on the lanes has almost disappeared. You hit a pothole that makes your whole car jump. Your coffee spills. And the guy in front of you slams his brakes. Honk. Honk. Welcome to Monday. And it wasn't just one road, it was everywhere. State Street, Lakeshore Drive, even near downtown. The city was growing, but the streets felt stuck. Old systems, slow fixes, and traffic lights that seemed more confused than helpful. Taxi drivers had it worst. They memorized every dip in the road, every stretch of uneven pavement. It wasn't just a route to them, it was survival. They had to know which streets to avoid after snow, where the water pooled, where the black ice formed. Delivery vans bounced through neighborhoods like off-road trucks. Ambulances and buses, always late not because of people, but because of pavement. The truth is, Chicago in 1999 was a city full of movement, but slowed down by its own roads. Patching over problems became the norm. Repairs took weeks. Some fixes made it worse, and the people just got used to it. Locals didn't expect smooth roads, they expected detours. Construction zones weren't news, they were landmarks. People gave directions using potholes like street signs. Turn right after the big dip, they'd say. That was life. But here's the thing about a city like Chicago. It never stops trying. Beneath all the chaos, the cracks, and the cold, something was building. Quiet plans, small innovations. The kind of ideas that would one day change everything. Because while 1999 was tough, the future was already on the way. Stick with us because what happened next to these roads might just blow your mind. From cold concrete to smart surfaces, from confusion to connection. The transformation? It's real, and it's powerful. Chicago's skyline in 1999? Iconic. Steel giants scraping the sky. Bold, proud, unforgettable. But while the city looked strong on the outside inside, the cracks were starting to show. Many of those buildings were built decades earlier. They had style, no doubt. But comfort, efficiency, that was a different story. Let's step into an average apartment in 1999. It's winter, the radiator is hissing, spitting out uneven heat. Some rooms are freezing, others are too hot. The windows let in more cold air than sunlight. You bundle up inside your own home. In summer, you'd open a window hoping for a breeze. If you were lucky, you had a loud old AC unit stuck in the wall. It rattled like an engine and barely cooled the room. Offices weren't much better. Fluorescent lights buzzed overhead. Thick carpets trapped heat in the summer and dust year-round. You couldn't open the windows, and the buildings, they didn't breathe. They just sat there, big and tired. These towers looked like they owned the future. But the truth? They were built for a different time. Long before energy saving mattered, long before smart design or green technology. And then there were the costs. Heating bills were sky high in winter. Cooling was a battle every summer. People didn't talk about eco-friendly, yet they were just trying to stay comfortable. From the outside, the skyline was a badge of pride. But inside, buildings were wasting energy, money, and patience. They looked modern, but they weren't made for modern life. Still, these buildings had good bones, strong frames, deep history. What they lacked was vision, the kind of thinking that says, we can do better. We should do better. Because a city like Chicago doesn't just sit still, It learns, it adapts, and eventually it evolves. So what happens when old towers meet new tech? When architecture meets intelligence? When a steel and glass past collides with a green, smart, and sustainable future? That's the story of 2025. And you won't believe how far we've come. Now, fast forward to the streets of Chicago in 2025. And no, this isn't some futuristic movie. It's real. The chaos of old roads fading away. Welcome to the era of smart streets. The difference is clear the moment your tires hit the pavement. It's smoother, quieter, cleaner. No more endless potholes. No more surprise bumps. That's because these roads can now heal themselves. That's right, self-healing asphalt. Special materials inside the pavement react to pressure, temperature, and time. Small cracks get sealed before they become big problems. The road repairs itself while traffic keeps moving. And it's not just the surface that changed, it's the way everything around it works too. Ever sat at a red light with no one around for miles? Not anymore. Smart traffic lights in 2025 use sensors, cameras, and real-time data. They adjust based on how many cars are coming, who's walking, or even if emergency vehicles need to pass. It's all about flow, not frustration. Rush hour still exists, but it moves. And that's the magic of intelligent roads. You'll also notice electric vehicle lanes wide, quiet, and smooth. Some even charge your car as you drive, using wireless technology built right into the road. No cables, no gas stations, just seamless energy while you move. And where once the air smelled like exhaust, now it's cleaner, quieter, greener. That's because electric buses, scooters, and cars have become the norm, not the exception. But it's not just about vehicles. Look around. Even bus stops are smarter. They show live updates. They're powered by solar energy. Some even have heated benches because, yes, winter in Chicago still hits hard, but now public transit fights back. For the first time in decades, people want to use the streets. Cyclists have safe, wide lanes. Pedestrians enjoy smoother sidewalks and better lighting. The roads don't just serve the cars, they serve everyone. This transformation didn't happen overnight. It came from years of planning, innovation, and listening to the people. It came from realizing that roads aren't just for getting somewhere, they're part of where we live. And when a city like Chicago decides to evolve, it does so with power, purpose, and pride. From potholes to precision, from gridlock to green tech. Chicago's roads have changed not just for drivers, but for the future. But what about the buildings? If you think the roads are impressive, just wait until you see what's rising into the sky. Welcome to Chicago in 2025, where the buildings don't just touch the sky, they understand it. Today, the Skyline isn't just a collection of tall towers. It's a network of smart, sustainable spaces built to think, breathe, and care for the people inside them. Let's step inside a modern high-rise. The first thing you notice? The quiet. No loud air vents, no flickering lights. The building adjusts itself, the temperature, the lighting, even the air quality, all in real time. How? Smart systems. These buildings learn your habits. They know when the sun hits just right. They dim the windows automatically. They know when a room is empty and they pause the heating or cooling. You're not just saving energy, you're living more comfortably. In 1999, buildings were energy-hungry beasts. In 2025, they're self-sustaining machines. Solar panels on rooftops power elevators, lighting, and even charging stations. Green roofs, once rare, now grow fresh herbs, flowers, and even vegetables. They reduce heat, they reduce noise, they give back. The materials are smarter too. Recycled steel, insulated glass that blocks heat but lets in natural light, walls that actually clean the air. It's not science fiction, it's science. Finished. But it's not just about tech, it's about people. These buildings are designed around us. Wider hallways, cleaner air, natural light in every corner, community spaces that don't feel like afterthoughts, they feel like home. In neighborhoods across Chicago, apartments are more efficient. Renters save on bills, owners save on repairs. It's not just luxury skyscrapers, even local schools, clinics, and libraries are getting the smart treatment. Chicago has always been a city of bold ideas, but now it's proving that cities can grow up and grow better. From energy-wasting giants to eco-friendly ecosystems, Chicago's buildings have become more than just landmarks. They're living, learning, and leading the way into the future. And this is only the beginning. Chicago has always been a city of resilience, but now it's a city of reinvention. From broken roads to smart highways, from tired buildings to living, breathing spaces. This is the story of a city that didn't just survive the 21st century, it stepped boldly into the future. Which Chicago do you remember? And which one would you rather live in?